So, how do you know when it's time to leave a relationship? It's one of the hardest questions to answer. Most times we're deeply invested. We hold on to hope. We don't want the relationship to end, or else we would have ended it already. But deep down we know something isn't right. We don't feel consistently valued or prioritized. And the truth is, love isn't supposed to feel like this. You're probably willing to do the work, aren't you? You'll read the books, go to counseling, improve your communication. But let me guess, they're not interested in any of that, are they? Things feel fine to them. You're the one with the problem. So let me remind you of what you already know. Relationships only work when both people are doing the work. After a decade of studying relationships, I've learned that love alone is never enough to save one. Think about it. If I stop showing up to my job, I'll get fired. Even if I love that job, if I don't show up, I still lose it. It's the same in relationships. You have to show up consistently. Relationships demand things like trust, safety, accountability, consideration, empathy. And here's a truth bomb. You'll never feel close to someone who isn't interested in those things. You can keep hoping they'll change, keep dating their potential, but it still takes two people to make it work. Yes, the situation is different for people who are married with kids, but unless there's abuse involved, dating someone who doesn't contribute equally just isn't sustainable. I'm almost 40. I don't know what today's dating scene is like, but I've heard it's rough, and if that's true, I'm sorry. Still, marriage is hard. Almost half of first marriages end, 60% of second marriages, 70% of third marriages. So if you're dating someone who only thinks about themselves, avoids accountability, doesn't care about your needs or feelings, it's not even a discussion. You have to leave. You might say, but I love them, and I'd say that doesn't matter. Love without action is meaningless. Love means being considerate, curious, willing to learn how to love you the way you feel loved. You're probably the one sacrificing selflessly, but that effort isn't matched, is it? So maybe it's time to admit, this relationship isn't working for me. That's a powerful truth, because most of the time, we're not honest with ourselves. We either make excuses or don't feel safe enough to tell the truth. It would just start another fight, wouldn't it? That anger you feel, it's trying to tell you something. Don't ignore it. Don't lash out either. Listen to it. It's telling you that your needs are being neglected. Does your partner want to change? Do they want to create a relationship that works for both of you? Not could they, will they? Maya Angelou said, when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. You already admitted this relationship isn't working. You already admitted it's not going to change. So your answer is clear. Leave, or keep feeling alone in a relationship that doesn't fulfill you. Maybe you think, if I compromise a little more, if I'm less needy, maybe they'll change. But you're already doing everything, aren't you? Why aren't they? Time together or emotional investment doesn't make a relationship healthy. Mutual effort does. Trust, safety, and emotional connection only work if both people show up. And for those of you married with kids, this is heavy. I know leaving feels scary. You just want what's best for your family. But you've been hurt so many times, it's hard to even try anymore. Unless there's abuse. I'm not telling you to leave, but when should someone leave? When they've realized the relationship no longer brings fulfillment, and they're ready to live with the consequences of ending it. Some stay because of religion, and I respect that. But even if you stay, your body and mind will eventually pull away from someone who makes you feel unsafe or unloved. That's just how humans are wired. You won't feel close to someone who constantly disrespects you. That distance and disconnection, it's a consequence, one that grows stronger over time. No relationship needs to be perfect, but it needs to be safe, mutually respectful. You need someone who cares about how you feel, someone who actually listens when you're upset instead of brushing you off. You need someone who makes you feel cherished, not just in the beginning but always. That kind of love is possible. Terry Real asked, are enough of your needs being met to grieve the ones that aren't? That's powerful. No relationship can meet all your needs, but you shouldn't be stuck with someone who gives you barely anything. So first, learn what your needs are. Second, Ask if your partner is willing to meet enough of them for you to feel fulfilled. If yes, keep working at it. If not, it's time to move on, or accept that this relationship won't be what you deserve. If you decide to leave, be prepared for backlash. People will say, "Oh, it's a shame you couldn't make it work." But you were the one keeping it alive. You carried the emotional weight. You apologized first. You tried everything. Your relationship ending is not a failure. It taught you something important. Let go of shame and judgment. Reflect. Be kind to yourself. Ask, what did I learn from this? Maybe you ignored the red flags early on, the love bombing, the inconsistency. Maybe you gave too much trying to prove your worth. Maybe you avoided conflict to keep the peace. But now you know honesty, boundaries, and expressing your needs is not being difficult. It's healthy. And if someone doesn't want that, they aren't your person. You are not responsible for someone else's emotions or reactions. You deserve the same respect and care you give others. Being mistreated is never okay. Giving more to someone who takes you for granted isn't love. It's self-sabotage. You don't have to keep walking on eggshells. You don't have to lose yourself to keep the peace. You deserve love that's safe, mutual, respectful, and real.